Hello, hello, happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome back to Nat Geo Into the Wild. And we've got another several hot topics for this Sunday's live. How are you, everyone? Hey, Giorgio, how are
Hi,
you?
guys. Hi, Natalie. Welcome in, everyone. I know I saw the chat was fired up before we even turned over.
Absolutely. Hello, hello, East and Gabrielle. Our beloved mods are always here, always. They're my
Yes.
right hand guys. They're amazing souls. Give them some love. Shout out to East and Gabrielle. Yay. If I'm echoing, please let me know. Tech issues still, as always. I'm sorry if the last couple of replays, guys, there was an echo. I do realize that. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do my end except that, as I said, I'm changing streaming platforms, and hopefully that will solve the issue. So hello, I'm just gonna go around the chat and say hello to our Femmies and our regulars here. Isa, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Let's support Giorgio's channel, because we know Giorgio comes in and he's got the tea, and he might have more tea coming along in the very near future, guys. He was telling me some stuff backstage, so you need to follow Giorgio on all platforms so you don't miss out. Because there's a lot. Oh, thank you, Isa. I'm glad you like the crystals. By the way, just want to see, does everyone see that poster? Oh, I don't know how. I have to figure out how to point.
Yes. I was going to ask you before we started. I was like, was that always there? And maybe the cameras shifted over and it was just like.
No. So Isa sent me a birthday present and I really appreciate it and love it. So she made a poster. I posted it on Instagram. I posted it on my stories. It says High Priestess Femtaro. It's got my profile picture, which was generated by AI, but I loved it with a crown on it. And you know what's funny? That Isa didn't know that when I was at school, when I was at boarding school, everyone would call me the High Priestess. The High Priestess in pink, to be exact. And so no one's surprised, right? So Isa didn't know that, but she created that poster, and I appreciate that. So it's back there with
That's gorgeous. I love that.
I really appreciate it, and I love it. My daughter especially was just so excited. She went and got me a frame. I was so excited. So yeah, a reminder that I do have a crystal shop. It's down below here. Isa just posted the link. If you want to buy crystals, scented candles, bracelets, jewelries, we've got it all, and there's more to come because I am going to start a homeware line, or a homeware line for my shop, where you can get you can get decorative pieces for your house made of crystals, beautiful like hand towels and stuff like that. It's not going to happen yet. It's like a little teaser, but there's a lot happening, you guys, and thank you all for the support, for supporting both of us.
Yes, thank you so much.
So who else is in the chat? I'm gonna have a quick hello. So Sammy Ree's in the house. How are you, Sammy? And I know we've got new family members as well in the chat, because we've had a ton of new subscribers as we joined the channel. So give them a warm embrace and some of our family love here in the chat if you see someone new. And happy full moon. Thank you very much for the admission.
Yes.
It is Leo. So you're prone to do happiness because of that Leo energy. Just saying. So keep calm and carry on. That's all I have to say. And some of us might feel very emotional as well. So brace yourself. And if you've got crystals, take them out tonight. Let them supercharge under the full moon.
Oh, good to know. I didn't know that.
The use of done already. Existing videos. Have you had this issue? I did have an issue. Did you, Georgia? I did have an issue 2 or 3 weeks ago where, first of all, I was losing subscribers, and then 2 weeks later, I was regaining subscribers. That was weird. And then the views were off. They're completely off, the views on my channel.
I think I'm still in the small range, so I wouldn't notice if they were taking views were low because
Really?
I mean, like I'm happy to get the views that I get, so I wouldn't notice if they were dropping. I'm not at that stage, but I think someone else though on Instagram was asking if something was going on with YouTube.
Oh, well,
I didn't understand what the question was really about, but pertaining to the algorithm or I don't know, something was like, is
I don't
anybody
know.
else having this issue? And I'm like, no.
Not yet. Well, I think it's because they just launched the shorts, the monetization of shorts right now. So they're really pushing shorts. So
Yeah.
that could be why they do that. So they want people to, they're competing against TikTok. Everyone's competing against TikTok. Enough already. I mean, how many story shorts, reels are we going to have? How many? And then you get punished if you repost. Let's say you take a TikTok and then you repost it on reels, then it's like you get punished by Instagram, but it won't push your video out because it's not original content according to Instagram. So then you have to redo. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So shout out to all social media managers out there and content creators. We do feel you. We do feel your pain.
I will say there's a good trick when you take the watermark off. You just pop it onto a video editor and then resave it, and it clears that metadata so that it won't, so you don't have to redo it. So, I mean, there's that for everyone who needs to because I get it. I literally try to make a habit of taking my TikToks and reposting them to YouTube Shorts because I think someone said that it was going to be a big push for YouTube.
Absolutely. Hey, Smokey, you made it. You're here, and we've got another great show. Amber is in the house. Hey, Amber. How's baby? How's your princess? I've been following Amber on Instagram. She just had a baby, or she had a baby 6 months. She's a Leo. Her baby's a Leo, so full moon in Leo as well.
Wow.
And so adorable. I'm getting baby fever because of your baby, Amber. That's not good. According to my husband, that's not good. And also, I don't have time for a third one. Sammy Reed,
thank you, Sammy. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh yes, Mrs. Wheezy Boo, woohoo! Caught a live show. We're happy
that
you're
name.
Here. I love that name. To Denise as well.
Hi, Denise.
Hello, beautiful Denise in the house. Right. So I think we're caught up in the chat. So I think we can start the show now. Right. So before we start, let me just say I haven't watched. I think I'm one of 5 people that hasn't watched Tiger King. Yep. Because during lockdown, when everyone was watching Tiger King and making banana bread and, making TikTok dances, I was totally just going through a hermetic mode and was just like going against the grain really with what I was watching. I was in a much darker place around that time. So I wasn't watching stuff like that. I was just watching really dark stuff and documentaries and historical movies. And yeah, so I never watched it. So Giorgio, you need to give us a little bit of a recap of what's going on. Well, obviously I know what's happened and what's going on, but Giorgio, please keep us update us about Tiger King and everything else.
Okay, so whether you watched Tiger King, it became very apparent that Carole Baskin was kind of set up in terms of the narrative at that she may have had something to do with her husband's disappearance. Okay, and she actually kind of made a social media living off of the Tiger King situation. Now, what has recently come out is that she was just on, I forget the channel it was. I believe it was in the UK. Nonetheless, she says that the Homeland Security is aware that he is actually still alive and well living in Costa Rica. However, that in the States, the paperwork has him listed as dead. So she's saying they knew the entire time that he was alive, but yet they basically let everyone run on with this whole she had something to do with it, but it's always going to be a mystery, blah, 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 blah. Now this all I think he disappeared in 97.
Hmm.
But yeah, so it's interesting because it's like, well, okay, so she's saying Homeland Security has been aware that he's been alive. And she's saying that as currently her words is that he's alive and well in Costa Rica. So
Why? Okay, question. So let me just bring her up. So we're talking about Carole Baskin. Um, Hold on. I've got her here. There she is. All right. So why did he disappear? Well, I mean,
that
what
wasn't
was the
clear.
reasoning behind it?
Well, the way that the documentary kind of lines it up was like he disappeared at random. And so the joke was like, oh, she fed him to the alligators because there was some sort of like, I think it had something to do with money. I can't remember. I watched it so long ago, but I
Mm,
feel like it had something to do with money or the property that they had where they like rescued alligators, I think, or it had something to do with that. I have no clue other than it had to be money related. But then she
okay.
ended up keeping most of the stuff, which is why people were looking at her funny. Like maybe she did have something to do with it, but
Mm.
he's in Costa Rica. So who know? Like, I don't, Homeland Security is involved for some reason. So that to me is like pretty,
So Carol Baskin was married to Don, right?
yeah, let
Am
me
I getting
see.
this right? And so Tiger King, I don't remember his name right now. He was sort of like competitor, like he was also sort of, did he also have like a wild cat sanctuary or whatever it was they had? What's this triangle here? I don't understand. I
So
don't
the
know.
report says that in 1997, August 18th, 1997, Lewis left his family's residence and has not been seen or heard from since. So it seems like he just did one of those like I'm going to
Hmm.
run out
Hmm.
and never came back. That's the
Okay.
story that most
Hmm.
of the media outlets have as his like the last time that they seen and heard of him. But then uh
Ooh, okay. So he wanted a divorce and she would get nothing. So that's suspicious. And then the Tiger King he was her nemesis. Oh.
when is eldest daughter died?
Oh, right. Rose says, did they owe money or something? We'll look into that. How would Carol benefit from his death? And did she definitely receive any money at all? Questions, questions, questions. I agree. So, I mean, because that's taking it a bit too far, murdering someone just because you feel that they're your arch nemesis or your nemesis for whatever reason. For his mistress in Costa Rica, as he was moving his business there. Ah, oh, right.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay. Oh, I
Oh, I
see.
see. Okay. She said, I think he was capable of supporting himself. He took about $1 million down to Costa Rica. I had agreed to let him do that so he could prove to himself that he can make a living. As for what happened to the money in question, Baskin said she attempted to recover it only to find there was just $80,000 left because the investments he made were so bad.
Hmm. Well, definitely something's fishy. I mean, regardless if he's alive or not, or if he's in Costa Rica, something's fishy there. So, oh my God, guys, don't go after me, but it sounds a little bit, and this is my intuition, and I haven't even started, right? It sounds a little bit like Erica Jane and Tom Girardi's situation. Yeah. You know where I'm going with that. So one's I don't know, hiding in Costa Rica or probably alive. My feeling is that he's alive. Just
I think
saying this
so.
off the bat, okay? And then here's Carol Baskin living her best life for whatever reason, but probably also covering for him.
He
I
has to
mean,
be
is
living
that
a cushy
possible?
life in Costa Rica, I would assume, if he's been there hiding out.
I mean,
If she let him take $1 million the first time around, I mean, come on. Something's
oh,
up.
Who his secretary knew a lot, believes Carole murdered him allegedly. So the secretary of Don Lewis, right? Okay. I mean, was there insurance
Oh,
on
that's a
his
good
life and work?
question.
We need to ask. We have a lot of questions.
We
Obviously,
have
we're confused.
questions.
We're confused. I'm confused. I haven't even watched the show. Um, so he faked his. Speaking of Erica Jane and Tom Girardi, they were Giorgio. Did you see? Oh, obviously you saw that because you break the news. But I mean, did you see the photo of Tom Girardi in the car? He does not look, and I've said it, and I've said this multiple times that I don't believe that he's got dementia,
Allegedly.
Alzheimer's, allegedly. Okay. He looked just fine. And I know what dementia looks like in people because my great grandmother had it. Not my great grandmother, my husband's grandmother had it. And I know very well. You can see and you can tell by looking at someone and just looking through their eyes. You know how if they're lucid, they're going through something, and his energy felt fine from that grainy picture that I saw. Yeah, granted it was grainy, but he's out and about, and he's 80 something, 87, 86.
Apparently, also Erica is going to have something to say very soon, she said when she was asked just recently. So that should be interesting.
Oh, Rose says the same thing. I took care of patients with it and he looks fine. Absolutely.
There's a
He
lot of
said-
people that have questioned it, though.
Yeah, absolutely. But sorry, that was a sidebar. Just need
Yeah.
to get it since we mentioned Erica Jane and Tom Girardi, and we'll see now because Erica is apparently now filming. Everyone's assuming for Beverly Hills.
I think they officially start filming on the third. Is it the 17th? No, maybe the 13th they start filming, but I know that a couple of them have already started to film a little bit. So
Oh, okay. So there we go. So, okay, my own recent past also is, yeah, it affects the appearance. It affects you can see it in their eyes. You know, they look. There's a certain
they're
kind of
gonna
look that they
they're
have.
gonna figure that out. Someone will probably reassess it, I would assume.
Yep. Well, forget about those two now. Let's look at the other two. The
Let's see
tiger
what's going on
two,
with these tiger folks.
the tiger couple. Right. So where shall we start? What's the first question? So many questions.
Well, let's
with
start with did Carole Baskin well no, let's start with is he alive? Is the husband alive?
Okay. So let me see if I can tap into his energy as well, because if he's deceased, I will definitely feel him, see him. I'll pick up his energy.
That's a good point.
So let's see. When was it? So he disappeared in 1997, you said. So it's been 15 years at least.
No, more than that. More than that.
More than that. Yeah.
It's 20 years plus, so 26 years.
Wow, that's a long time. I'm not good at math. So let's see. What can we say about him? What do we see about Don Lewis? I don't feel him. I don't feel him at all, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Temperance, queen, so many wands and queens and knight. All right. Okay.
Oh boy.
So here's the thing. This is going to get a little bit complicated. It's not as simple as it seems. So I got the temperance. So straight away when I get the temperance, it's also an indication that, you know, he's no longer with us. But I got the wands too. I got the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands. I do believe that he didn't die or he wasn't murdered when everyone thought he was being murdered. That everyone thought that happened, right? Definitely has to do with money. So everything's around money. He probably owed people, or maybe he owed not just people, maybe even the government, taxes, whatnot. I just feel that he ran out of money. He probably got a loan. He just didn't have any money left. He was living on borrowed money. And then I've got the death. So I do feel that he's no longer with us, but he didn't exit at the time that we all think that he did. I know. I'm telling you, it's getting a bit, it's not clear.
So meaning like he didn't, his disappearance wasn't in 97 necessarily?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
later, or was it earlier?
No, later. So I do believe that he left.
Just
Okay.
not when they said he did.
Exactly. So no, he didn't die when we think he did, which was the time that he disappeared. He disappeared. We will ask about whether she knew, okay, or whether she was involved in it. So he disappeared, and it had to do with money.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see another woman, I have to say, because someone said in the chat that he wanted to leave her because he had a mistress. I don't think that was maybe he did, but I don't think that's the reason. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's really weird because I'm picking up some of his energy, but he's got kids, right? Does he have a son? Or I feel he's got a son. So if anyone knows,
someone in the chat.
Hold on, Denise says, so he willingly disappeared, went into hiding and passed later. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So he willingly disappeared. Maybe they orchestrated that with his wife, but we'll find out. And then eventually within those 26, 27 years that he passed anyway, he's no longer with us. He has daughters, Orchid says.
Okay.
All right. He had one daughter because I feel the energy around his children or his child. And I saw a male child. So that's why I asked if he had a son. I can remember the next. Okay. Oh, she was in the documentary. All right. So this is what I'm getting. So it was just to get away from his financial issues and issues. But here's the thing. I keep getting, so for anyone who reads tarot, I have the Queen of Wands. Okay. I have the Death card, which is just proof. This is not the Death card, literally, like to prove, but in this reading, this is what I'm getting. And then I have the Seven of Wands and the Four of Wands, a lot of wands. So there was a whole, and wands is about creativity, it's fire energy, it's determination, it's just being someone who's very ballsy, who's very dynamic. In my opinion, this was a very ballsy plan, but there was a plan. And I don't feel he was alone in this plan. It could have been the mistress, not the wife. We'll look into that just to be more specific. So, that could be as he was a self-made millionaire. But I have to say, after he disappeared, he lived his best life because I got this. These ones also indicate that his plan worked. He got what he wanted, at least at that time.
So he is, in fact, passed. Like he's not walking
Yeah,
around
but
Costa
the thing is, I
Rica.
can't connect with him. He is passed, but and this is according to the cards. This is not me picking up his energy because I can't pick up his energy. I'm trying, but maybe if we give him time. So that's why I'm a bit confused because I'm not sure. The timeline is completely off. At least the timeline that we see in Tiger King, or the timeline that we think we know, it's off completely. The dates, even the date of disappearance is off, in my opinion, is wrong. This is my own personal opinion. So
this whole thing has just been such a mystery.
It is a mystery, and I want to ask the cards. Oh, he had an adopted son.
I was gonna say I don't know why I thought there was a son somehow, but it was an adopted son. That's what it was.
All right. So he has 4 children. Wow. Okay, but only one appeared on the show apparently. So his daughter. Hey Jeff. Hey Jeffrey. Happy Sunday.
Happy full moon in Leo, Mr. Leo.
You better be sweet and nice to my friend. She might have her bro, Jeff. Just saying. Because Leos today are going to be feeling this full moon for sure. So, let's go back to okay. Let's take one thing at a time because this is going to confuse everyone.
Yeah.
First of all, let's find out whether his wife knew about this. Was she in on this?
Yeah.
I feel her energy. I did pick up her
Interesting.
energy. I know she's with us, but I do. Oh, what is up? What is up? What is up? Quick check, please. What's her sign, mods? If you can find out really quickly her sign, guys. First one was Two of Swords. Two of Swords is also turning a blind eye. It's also being indecisive about something. Okay. It's indicating someone who's sort of confused or doesn't see things the right way or is just acting as if they don't know about something and they're in total denial. Okay. Denial. This is her. And then I got the Ten of Swords. This is the death card, guys, for me. This is the death card. That's why I want to know her sign. Three of Cups. So they were in on it.
Together?
Yes, and there's a third person. That's why I want to know her sign. Let me see.
There's a third person.
Hold on. Denise says he allegedly disappeared the 18th of August and was declared unalive on the 19th of August. Okay.
Wow, in 2002, almost exactly
See?
5 years. That's crazy.
See? Wow.
Isn't that
Why?
crazy? There's
Why?
something weird about the dates. I mean, to be so.
That's what I'm picking up, that the timeline is completely wrong. Now, why is the question? So Black Coffee says she's a Gemini sun, which makes so much sense because look, this is the Queen of Swords. Swords is air signs in astrology, tarot. Gemini is an air sign. So that's her. That's her. Wow.
Wow.
Carole, what are you doing, girl? Seven of Swords. Oh, I just got goosebumps, guys. Okay, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Don't tell me off, replay crew, why I'm using the disclaimers. We have to. Okay. She was in on it. Allegedly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes. Seven of Swords. I just pulled it. Seven of Swords is doing sneaky behavior, doing things behind closed doors, not being
Honest.
forthright, not being honest.
Never met a Carole I trusted anyway.
Or a Karen.
Just joking.
Yeah, we're joking. Three of Wands, look into the future. This was planned, guys. That's why the timeline is off. This was planned.
So then I guess it means that maybe because it was planned, then she benefited because of the life insurance policy initially.
We'll find out.
Wow.
We'll find out.
This is crazy.
Did the Tiger King accuse Carole of unaliving him? What's the deal?
It was kind of like a thing. He obviously amped it up, especially in the docu-series that they came out with. But basically it was like, he suddenly disappeared, her husband, and then like here she is living her best life, and nothing was ever confirmed or clear as to like what actually happened. And so when it resurfaces that she's telling this TV channel that, the Homeland Security's always known he's alive and well in Costa Rica, it's confusing because it's like, well, then why didn't you say that? Like, when did you, so it's just weird. But I think there must be some sort of time limitation on things where after a certain time period, nothing can be done. I don't know. It's just strange. And she's not laying low. She's not
No.
hearing, where it's like if she was gonna go through with that, I wouldn't be on no docu-series.
She must be very, very confident that nothing is going to come out for her to
Yeah.
do that. And the only way for her to be confident is if they're all in on it, or they were both in on it.
Well,
So
and
she
if he's not alive anymore, then how are we gonna prove her otherwise?
True, good point. But does she know that he's not alive anymore? That's the next question. There's so many questions because that happened years ago. So I'm not sure they were in contact or they were still like a couple or anything like that during this whole time that he was in Costa Rica, wherever he was hiding. So we don't even know if she knows that he is not alive, because I'm sure he wasn't using his name. Oh my God, so many questions.
This is insane.
He claimed she fed him to the tigers posthumously. He claimed it. Oh, okay.
Oh, yes,
But
I
I
kinda
see
remember that, yeah.
3 people, so there's one more. There's one missing. Who
Who is the
knows?
third person? That's
Could it be the Tiger King? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just
But
saying.
then he ended up going to jail, but not for that. It was for something else.
Well, Light Mission is asking, so why is she lying now that he is alive, bringing attention to it now?
It's a good question.
Well, it's a good question. Why is she lying now that he's alive? Because she's what does she claim? Does she claim that he's not with us, right?
Well, she's claiming that he's alive, even though the government officials are saying no, the documents, because her point was the documents that they have say he's dead, but the Homeland Security people know he's alive, meaning the paperwork, everything sealed and delivered is, it's going to say that he's deceased. But in fact, in her mind, she really feels like they're like that he is alive and well, walking around. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, guys, all these years, everyone thought that she killed him, right?
Yeah.
So, and she became quite famous for that, because even someone wrote in the chat that she was in Dancing with the Stars, for instance, right? So she got some notoriety from it. So, I mean, that was okay for her, but obviously she's going to deny. I mean, she has to keep to the script.
Of course.
Regardless. She can't go.
Maybe it's just for the sake of press. You know what I mean? Because it does something. Right. It does boost. She was on Cameo during pandemic, like killing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
People were ordering from her left and right. I remember that distinctly, because she was posting people were posting the ones that they ordered. Did they check any flight records around the time of his death to see if he flown out of the country or not? Oh, that's a good point.
But again, it has to do with the timeline, which is why probably the timeline is so messed up, because they wanted to buy time. Because it would be if she declared him, let's say, missing. Okay, if someone goes missing, let's say she unalived him, and then she went and did the whole shtick, like, my husband's gone missing, I'm worried, blah blah blah. Okay, she would have done it after 24 hours, because the police always tells you you've got to wait 24 hours before you file a missing persons report.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that happened a lot later. So was that to put the police off his scent, if you know what I mean? I mean, was it just to confuse for them not to get this information, to give him time for him to hide and find a way to get there?
Yeah, but like that sounds very elaborate, which means that they had been planning this for quite some time.
This is what I'm feeling, that they were planning it for a long time, and there was a third party, there was a third person involved.
So interesting how this
Who knew about this
unfolding.
I know, right? So hold on, could it be Carole's current husband? Howard be the third party? Well, let me ask around the third person. Let's see what we get, okay?
Yeah.
And maybe you guys in the chat can help us decipher this mystery. Who knew that Tiger King would end up being such a mystery in pop culture? I mean,
will be forever stamped in the whole pandemic era.
Okay, let's see. Who is this third person? Right. So, whoa. Denise?
Oh boy.
I'm going to show you the cards, guys. You don't need to read tarot when I show you the cards. Two of Cups. Who's the third party was the question. What can you tell me? Two of Cups. This is coupling. This is someone's partner. Could be his, could be hers. Mistress
Wow.
or yes. Moon. The moon is all about secrets. Secrets she's hiding. Sorry, Carole, but you are. Secrets. So, and then a Eight of Pentacles. It was after they were after money, his name, the sanctuary, or whatever it was that they had, the tigers, the animals. It was such an elaborate plan because of greed.
This is
Magician, they made this happen. So who though? I want to know who's okay. Okay, guys, I'm getting too damn curious and so excited right now. Hold on. Let's find out if it's a male or a woman. Okay, because that way we will find out whose whose boyfriend or girlfriend it was. Okay, so let's see. I'm getting female energy, guys. I'm getting female energy. Could be his mistress.
interesting.
At the
Maybe
time.
she was the connect because if they were going to set this up, she needed to have everything maybe figured out on his end since he was the one disappearing. Maybe she was setting something up for him.
Yeah. Probably. I keep getting female energy, I'm telling you. Female vibes, female energy, Page of Cups, King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I mean, guys, they made money, all of them together. They made money. How? I'm not 100% sure, but they made money, whether it was insurance money. I don't know if they ever got the insurance money, whether it was starting a business in Costa Rica, Mexico, wherever they were, wherever Don ended up, probably with that woman. Yeah. So, and I have to say someone there, I do see an older male than him at the time of his disappearance or his death. I do see a male that did help him financially. Maybe he borrowed some money for him to be able to leave the country and sort of put that plan in motion. But I also see an older male than Don, who did help him financially at the time. So we have more than 3 people actually. So, wow. Maybe the mistress is in Costa Rica. He's no longer with us. Maybe she's come back. Maybe that relationship, I don't feel that they remained together for the whole 20 something years with the mistress, Dawn and the mistress. But now no one asked me, but maybe someone asked and I heard it telepathically, but I'll answer. When did Dawn die? I guess someone, I don't know. I picked up that question from someone. I'm getting 5 to 7 years ago.
That's still off from the timeline of 2002. That wasn't 7 years ago. What's going on?
The timeline is off.
Yeah, like that's crazy off though.
Good job, Lightworks. I'm glad, guys, you're learning tarot as well. That is so cool.
Amazing.
Carol's with insurance, so maybe they share it. Maybe.
Interesting.
It is not clear, guys. It's not clear. Maybe the mistress in Costa Rica. No. So to recap, we know definitely there were 3 people in this who devised this plan. So it was Don, Carole, and someone else, most likely the mistress. The mistress wasn't even part of she was part of the plan, but I don't feel that she was the mastermind. She obviously, okay, so he did not die at the time that we were told he did, or he did not disappear at the time that we were told that he disappeared. He went like he went somewhere, we don't know where, maybe Costa Rica, maybe he ended up in Costa Rica later. We don't know that. We don't know if he went straight to Costa Rica, maybe he went somewhere else first and then ended up there. But he's no longer with us today because I feel that he did die 5 to 7 years ago, wherever he was. Okay. I do feel illness, by the way. So if you guys want to know, what I do pick up is illness. Could be cancer, not a heart attack, nothing like that. It could be cancer. It could be more pathological, meaning it could be sort of like a liver issue or a kidney issue or something like that. I do feel that he was sick for 2 years prior to his passing. Quite sick. That's what I'm getting. So
I am blown away.
I know. Who are you channeling? You can see you fidgeting on off. Is that you channeling? Yes, I'm picking up energy. I'm picking up his energy now, finally. I'm not channeling, but I am picking up his energy, and I'm also getting a lot of visions as well. That's why if you see me fidgeting and all that, that means that I'm picking up stuff. So, but it's not clear. But definitely Costa Rica, like he died in Costa Rica. Yes, I agree, but I don't think or feel that he was there the whole 20 something years. He was elsewhere before. Probably someone was helping him. Maybe someone, allowed him to stay with them in exchange for work, in exchange for him to look after their animals, if it was on a farm, something like that.
Just so that he would probably keep a low profile. He probably didn't do anything to. That's crazy. I'm sure he jumped around for sure.
I know, right? I mean, Gabrielle says she thinks it's Colombia or Peru. Could be. I can't tell you that for sure. But
Wow.
I mean, it is fascinating to say the least. I wasn't expecting this to be this fascinating.
I know. I mean, I just thought it was going to be a one and done. I didn't realize it's a whole rabbit hole. I mean, the timeline's completely shifted in terms of what has been reported versus what she's saying versus what it feels like from what you're saying. So it's just crazy. But in the essence of time, we need to jump into this Carter room and this 10-year-old daughter.
Yes, and before we jump to that, if anyone has one last question on this case, let's have one more question, then we'll just move on and we'll talk about Carter room and Paris. Well, not Paris per se, but
she's involved by association.
By association, exactly. So if no one wants to ask anything about the whole Tiger King or the Don Lewis disappearance or murder or her, I don't know what to call that anymore, then we will move on, you guys. Oh, Tiger King's future. Okay. Oh, wait, Denise is like, what?
I know, Denise.
Yeah, Georgia sent me that article yesterday or the day before. Yes, I was like, what? I was like, what? Explain. And Georgia was explaining to me the story. Okay, let's answer Fran's or Orchid's question. Tiger, what is he up to, you guys? Like, what is Tiger King up to right now? Does anyone know?
Isn't he still in prison?
Is he in prison for what? What did he do?
I think it was like some type of shady dealings, some sort that caught up with him. what I remember. I can't really. I think it had something to do with like either he was doing something or hiding money or.
Yeah, everyone says he's in prison. Okay, doesn't matter. He's in prison. Gabriella think no, who said, oh, he's and sick. 'Cause while I was shuffling, I was picking up that he is sick, that he's not well. I do feel that he was a heavy smoker. Because I feel that.
Yeah, he definitely was a heavy smoker.
Oh, was he? All right, okay, because I feel that. So everyone's like prison, prison, prison. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see his future really quickly. Let's not waste too much time on Tiger King. He's writing. Okay, Tiger King is writing a book. His memoirs. He's writing something. So he'll definitely pop up at some point because they'll be like, yeah, Tiger King came out with a book and he's got secrets he wants to share. Whatever, all that. Yeah, he's in prison. I don't feel that it's a max, like a high security. I do feel that he's doing okay. Prison life, meaning not health wise, because I do feel his health is not great. And Queen of Cups, he must have been a heavy smoker and a heavy drinker too. So I do feel that will, yeah, I mean, Tiger King, I don't know how much longer he's meant to be in prison, but I just don't have a good feeling about his future, meaning I do feel that the next 5 years, it might be that he will no longer be with us. So I don't know if that's that he will pass while he's in prison or if, he will eventually come out and then pass when he's out. Just saying. Oh, okay. Tiger King did meth for years. Okay, that explains it because I do see like substance abuse, smoking, like really unhealthy lifestyle. So
that'll do it.
Oh, wait. Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Someone had said it was for animal cruelty and trying to hire someone to like take Carole out.
Stay in prison, Tiger King. Stay in prison. Nope.
Well,
nope. Bye. Okay, moving on, everyone. Moving on. Let's change energies. Let's change mood. Okay, Jojo, tell everyone.
Okay.
What was it, Carter? And I just dropped the card.
I was shocked that this wasn't as big of a headline when it first. So I knew this about Carter while the show was airing. Someone had sent me some articles that were screenshotted and I went and did some digging and it was true that those two did have. So basically Carter in 2011 had a very short entanglement with some reality star and she ended up, but they weren't like in a relationship of like, it didn't seem that way. At least it seemed like it was more of a fun fling. She ended up getting pregnant, but it was after they were done. Like they had already gone their separate ways when she realized that she was pregnant. And allegedly his family forbid him of having anything to do with this child or her because I guess just didn't look good for the family name and whatnot. So I guess the agreement was she would receive child support for the daughter, but I guess Carter would not have contact or, based on, I guess, what his family allegedly wanted him. But then obviously right when they got married, the story kind of popped up, but then went away, which I'm sure the Hiltons had a lot to do with that. And then after the announcement of their son's birth, it is now resurfaced, except the articles from the Daily Mail, and it is really the mom kind of pushing this narrative that the daughter is the one that wanted to speak to Daily Mail about her wanting to have a relationship with her father. They even went as far as posting letters that the little girl wrote him that he won't respond to. The mother was quoted as saying that, essentially it's not fair that the daughter doesn't get the same lifestyle that his son with Paris will have, and that she would do anything to try to bring the two together, but it doesn't seem like Carter is interested. And there's not been any comment, obviously, from Paris or Carter on this. And yeah, I feel like something is missing from the story. I don't necessarily. I also find it odd that you're putting your 10-year-old daughter through this by having her talk about this to
I
a
agree.
press outlet. I think that's traumatizing in and of itself. But so I don't know. Is the motive to get money? Is it, the thing is too? There was rumors that I guess this girl, this reality star, was also linked with Mel Gibson around the same time. So I really am not sure if maybe that plays into this somehow. Like maybe we're not sure if Carter is actually the father of this little girl, allegedly. You know, maybe that was proven through the court through a DNA test because he's been paying allegedly $1,500 a month in child support since the daughter was born.
Has he been paying though? Because I do feel that what I'm picking up is that he didn't fulfill his contract or his side of the deal. Or maybe he stopped fulfilling his contract, or he stopped sending the check.
But is that maybe because of this Mel Gibson entanglement in the questioning of whether or not it is Carter's? And maybe that plays in, because that's weird. Like in the article, it seemed like she didn't mention that he wasn't paying, so that's
possibly there will be a DNA tested. I do see that. So there will be there. So I do see that this is going to, lawyers are going to get involved. So this is not going to be the end of it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to get bigger. And her pregnancy and his DNA is going to be questioned. So it might be that he will have to take a DNA test to prove or disprove his responsibilities towards that child.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. And I can tell he's worried though. He is like, he's stressed about it. I do feel there are arguing. So maybe through lawyers or the families, there is tension, sneaky behavior. Hold on. Let me ask on her side, because that's Carter's side. I'll ask about the mom, the baby mama. And let's see what her intentions are. First of all, I think that's the fastest way to understand what's going on.
For reference, her name, the baby's mother's name, is Laura Belize.
Thank you. That helps. Okay.
And the daughter's name is Evie.
Oh, nice name.
Mm-hmm.
What are her intentions? Laura's intentions. Let's see. Or were her intentions back then? Hangman. Again, I see them moving. Again, I'm getting the same cards, guys. I'm getting the same cards, and I shuffle really, really well. Yeah, well, she's trying to contain something. She's trying to contain something from coming out, the mom. And that's why lawyers are involved.
The mom.
Justice. The mom. 10 of Wands. Also, are they moving? Is she moving currently? Are they moving home? Are they moving state, city, country? I feel that she's moving as well. She was waiting for the right time, or she was waiting for this moment. Could have been triggered because of the Paris and Carter's baby. Just saying.
Yeah.
Assumption now. I'm making assumptions. The Hermit. She's got something. She's up to something. The mom. 9 of Swords. She's worried. And I keep getting the same cards, you guys. That's it.
Crazy.
Don't be surprised in soon if we find out that Carter is going to be dragged into courts or dragged from lawyers because she's being dragged because he's going to ask for a DNA test, or the courts ask for a DNA test. This is not going to go away anytime soon. And the fact that they've actually put a 10-year-old girl on social media in front of the world to come out, we're all, as parents, especially celebrities, they're all trying hard to protect their kids and not have them out in the public, right? In the public eye. And here they are using this little girl. So it feels to me that behind the scenes, something is brewing legally.
That's probably why they're not speaking, because it's already been
But
given to lawyers.
I can ask. Well, I was going to say, because Jesus says, is Carter the father? I was just going to ask.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Straight
point.
out. I was just going to ask.
Start there, I guess. That would be a good way to start, because if he's not, well.
Well. So let's see what the cards tell me, because the sun, hold on. Okay, yeah, Carter is the Evie, right? The girl, yeah.
Evie,
Carter, father of Evie. Is he related to Evie? It seems that he thought so. I'm just telling you as the cards jump out. As the cards are jumping out, I'm just telling you what I'm getting. But I'm still pulling the Star, High Priestess, the Magician. Okay. So, well, I got the Sun. So this is the card saying that he's only got one child, and it's the son that he had with Paris. But he strongly suspects that Evie's not his. And then I got the Star and the Magician. The mom, Laura, allegedly made this happen, or she made him think that he was involved.
That's why I think something's off about this. Like pieces, the way that she came out and exploited her daughter with these letters to daddy that he's not responding to. You're putting this girl through something publicly. And if it in fact is correct and he is not the father and you knew that, wow, shame on you.
Shame on you. And why now? You realize, like, you want to come out 10 years later? Why did you do it back then? You know?
And also, Janice, I was thinking the same thing. It sounds like a money grab. Why are you bringing this up after they announced the birth of their son?
It does. I agree. But the cards and its spirit just says, guys, he's only got one child and this is his son.
Yeah, that's why they're not saying anything.
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
Loud and clear. Now, no matter who likes to file for DNA tests and start paying child support, no matter who likes or doesn't like it, he has now. Well, let's see, because this is not going to end anytime soon.
No.
Lawyers are involved. So, yeah, Carter needs to. I agree. If this is indeed his daughter, he needs to take responsibility. 100%, no excuses. Okay.
I agree.
And I'm not just talking about writing a check. Get involved in your daughter's life.
No, yes, that's why I agree.
You're ruining your daughter's life by not being around. But
which is why I think something's off with this situation, why he's not.
Agree. Can I just say something, but don't go after me? And this is just a feeling I have. Okay. And I have nothing against him because I don't know him. But does anyone else feel vibes from Carter? Then why are you hiding behind your mic? Should I have not said that?
It was just a question.
It was a question. It's a genuine question. Does anyone else feel that way? Or is it just me? It's a question. Okay. All right. I shouldn't have said that. Ooh, I'm not going to even look at the chat because the chat is going crazy right now.
I mean, listen, you know what? I think that, yeah, I could see why someone would think that, yes. But yeah.
No, it was just a genuine question. You know, I'm not saying he is or he isn't. Whatever he does, it's his own business. I don't care. We don't care here. You know, you do.
It also could be that he's just been so overly exposed in Hollywood, and that tends to happen to straight men after a while of that. They end up kind of naturally picking up more of a gay vibe, even if they're not. And it's because it's just like sometimes like there's certain top culinary chefs that you're like, no, he's got to be gay, and he's married with like 6 children. It's like, oh, he's just been around like culinary, and like it's just that's the vibe I get from him. Like the only reason why I say that is because when I look back on this situation with him and Lori, he was a typical like LA party boy, and daddy funded his lifestyle. And that's why when this story came about with this girl Laura and her being pregnant, and that's the thing too, she didn't get pregnant when they were together. She told him that she realized that she was pregnant after they were like not together, but I don't think they dated seriously. But he could be bi.
I mean, listen, he could be. And I think you're right. I absolutely think you're right. He could be completely 100% straight, but they pick up, even straight men can pick up sort of like more gay mannerism, more feminine manner because of Hollywood because yeah, you're right. Okay.
Gabby says I'm French. He's gay. Oh.
Because we all know the French. Oh, they're French. I mean, they're French and their mistresses, just saying. Yeah, it's a cultural thing if you don't know that. They all, like French men, they have mistresses. They have a pied-à-terre where they take their mistress. It's a culture thing, apparently. I'm half French. Oh no, I'm a quarter French, so. Okay, so question: how does Paris feel? Does she trust Carter? Good question, Light Mission. Everyone's like laughing with Gabby's comment.
It's hilarious. I mean,
I know. Guys, this is all light-hearted banter here, okay?
Yeah.
We don't mean to hurt anyone. We don't mean to shade anyone. We're just having fun. Just friends among friends. Okay. So, what was the question again? Oh, God, sorry about that.
How does Paris feel? Does she trust him? Carter.
Thank you. Let me bring it back up so people can. There you go. Well, I feel. Hold on. What's Carter's sign?
He's an Aquarius as well.
Really? Interesting. She's turning he's not her type.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I mean, she wouldn't normally go for him, but she's turning a new leaf, let's say, or I feel that she really wanted to have a family and she wanted to settle down, and she went for him because he's so different to the type that she normally goes for. And we all know how all those types of men that she dated ended up, how it all ended up. So she's got the upper hand in this relationship. We all knew that.
Yeah.
So she's the one who controls everything in the family. No, I'm going to say that she does trust him because she chooses to. She chooses to go into this marriage, into this relationship, carte blanche, as the French say, clean slate. She goes with it and she wants to make this work. So I say that she does trust him. I do feel that there might be some things that he's more sensitive or more emotional than she is, even though they're both Aquarius. So there are 2 Aquarians and have an Aquarius baby. I love this. I absolutely.
That's such an Aquarius thing to do.
I love this. Absolutely. I wanted to have an Aquarius baby too, because my husband's Aquarius, so we're double Aquarians, and I want an Aquarius baby, but I didn't get an Aquarius baby, nowhere near. But actually, it's a good thing. 3 Aquarians.
That's a lot.
In a family, that's a lot. That's a lot of air, Aquarius, fixed energy for one family. So, and I do feel he's more emotional. He might sometimes, because he's so emotional and sensitive, he might drink a little bit more, or smoke a little bit more, or you know, indulge a little bit more.
Yep.
That's one thing that she doesn't really like, but it's not an issue in the relationship because she's determined to make this work. So whether she trusts him or not, I feel that she chooses to trust him.
Yep.
To answer your
Makes
question.
sense.
Let's see. Is there any other what am I missing? That he okay, Lightwork says that he has secrets. I mean, they all do.
I mean, I'm sure they all do, yeah.
She said, "Oh, law," but Carter comes from money, right? He also comes from a family.
He does. His parents,
Generational wealth.
his dad had a successful business, and then Carter and his brother founded some tech startup that they're like, I think they're like worth like $40 million. So what they do, I guess, now is they invest in other tech startups. And so I think also the relationship between Paris and Carter is also it kind of lays the foundation for what Paris is doing with her own business, because she's done a lot of tech in terms of she invests in a lot of tech startups. She has NFTs. She's worked with different like NFT like designers, and then he does a lot of so they're like multi-millionaires. Yeah, exactly, Denise. So like nothing compared to what her net worth is. So actually she elevated his net worth when they got married. You know what I mean? So now like, you know, it works out better. But I think because he's got the connections and his family seems to be likable enough. They ran in the same circles. It makes sense. She's at a time in her life where she wants to have kids and settle down.
Yeah, why not? But that's a good question, Orchid. Why is he with Paris? Does he love her and does he really have money? His own money. Hold on. So why is he with Paris? Does he love her? I will agree with the chat. Hold on. Well, okay. So they do have some they do have common points. So they're not like totally the
No, I think she
world.
trusts him because they know each other. I think she knows him probably more than most of the guys that we've seen her with.
Yeah, I agree because I was just gonna say that they also, I feel they're in the same social circles or they have the same friends. So that's a major connection. They also love traveling. So he's not someone that, because Paris travels, she's a jet setter, she works, she's a multimillionaire anyways. So, and he loves following her or, tagging along to whatever she's doing, which is good. I feel he's easygoing, which is why also
It works for her.
it works for her. The fact that they know the same people, they socialize in the same circles, blah, blah, blah. I feel that it's just the whole package works.
Yep.
Just like it ticks a lot of her boxes, which is why she ended up with him.
No, it makes sense.
It makes total sense. But I have to say, though, and I will be honest, and I will come out and say it, that looking at how Paris, what she sees in him, I don't have Cups. Cups is love. Okay, Cups is love. I do feel that they are very bonded. So they do get along. They do have a lot of things in common. But it's not like Paris is head over heels or she fell in love or there's passion and it's that type of relationship. It is a relationship. I feel that I feel that they were probably dating a long time before we found out or they came out to publicly, announce it. And they were taking it slow. This is what I'm getting. So she's definitely determined to make this work. Definitely. So it's not like she's not going to jump ship as soon as things sort of like go sour. She's going to try to make it work.
I think, to speak as an Aquarius person, when you talk about head over heels and all that fun stuff, usually for us, or I'll speak for myself, that's not the direction you actually want to go in
No.
when it's overstimulating like that, where a lot of people would be like, oh my God, that's amazing. It's like, actually, for an Aquarius, that's not, because I'll tell you why. When you are like that and you're kind of like in this mode, right? Once that goes away, it's done. It is
I
done
agree.
for the Aquarius. They're moving on. They don't want to be attached to the situation anymore. So, in my opinion, we value people that we can see ourselves being vulnerable and loyal to. So that explains why they dated for so long privately. And they talked about this in the show a little bit, that they spent a lot of time together in quarantine.
Mm.
And they asked each other questions, and they got the like really like in-depthful like conversations, which is such an Aquarius thing to do.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is she is, very much, I like, our birthdays are like 12 hours apart. So like I get a lot of her, like, she's here, she's there. She, like, watching the show, you see a good like glimpse of how her personality is. Like, she's very like, can be looked at as like crazy and all over the place. He's
Mm-hmm.
not. He's very much more balanced and like,
Mm.
to your point, he's easygoing. So he's not trying to control her, because again, we don't want to be controlled. We don't like when someone tries to come in and tell us, oh, this is what you're going to do, because the minute you do that, we'll set everything on fire.
Uh,
Right? I mean,
yeah.
but I think this works too, because they've known each other for years before they took this step. So it wasn't some random person. Their families knew of each other. They went to same social circle, like to your point, they have the same friend groups, they know this. So it's not like he's some like wannabe tech startup guy who's just trying to get attached to fame and more money, which I think
Agree.
is why they were okay with coming forward publicly.
And Aquarians do tend to marry their best friends. It's a fact, because they want an equal relationship. Aquarians like equal relationship, and someone, as you said, where they can talk about for hours about 10,000 topics at once,
Yeah.
because they just go from one thing to the other to the other, but they go in depth. So that's really important. And also Aquarians, and I agree with you, once they shut down, if they feel that a relationship's not working, they're gonna walk out. But it takes a lot for an Aquarian to leave a relationship if they say that I'm committed to this. If they say I'm
Yeah.
committed to a relationship, or I'm married, or I'm engaged, or whatever, or, I'm with this person, it takes a lot for an Aquarian to leave. I agree. So I do feel, and Aquarian women are different than men,
Hmm.
very much so. Okay, so Aquarian women can be more aloof than the men. Okay, they can be a little bit more cold, or appear more cold than
Yeah.
the men. The men can appear more, sometimes they're very stubborn. Aquarians can be very stubborn. Fixed sign, all the fixed signs are very like, very sort of stubborn, stuck in their own ways, very difficult. They like a routine, very hard to move away from a routine. But Aquarian women are they're more open to change, let's say. They communicate better. They're very different. So I do see how it can work. Whether it is an arrangement or not, whether he is gay, straight, or whatever he is, who cares? I do feel this is going to work, because they're both going to make it work. Paris is going to make it work, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
She's going to make it work. And one other thing about Aquarius is Aquarius, and I know this for me as well. Back in the day, like, I wouldn't bring a random boyfriend at home for my parents to meet. I would never do that. Never.
The same way.
So A, I'm private, and B, I'm like, nope, nope, nope. The moment I bring someone for my parents to meet, that means that I'm serious about this person, that this is going somewhere. Otherwise, forget it. Because
1,000%.
like every 2 or 3 months, I was like, next.
Yeah, you don't want people seeing that. You're just kind of like figuring stuff out. You're not gonna bring That's why I always was amazed when people were like bringing home every single person they dated. I'm like, oh,
No, 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 no. I would never do. My sister does that. She's an Aries. Like, She'll have a
People don't
boyfriend.
care. They're just like, this is who I'm dating now. And I'm like,
And my
oh,
dad's
okay.
like, who is your sister dating? I'm like, I don't know, Dad. Forget. I've lost track. Forget. He's like, I meet all these, and my sister, what she does, she won't say this is my boyfriend. She's like, she'll bring him at home or whatever. She'll invite him for like Sunday lunch, and everyone's like, who is this rando like sitting here? And she's like, oh, this is my friend. No, it's friends. It's platonic. We're all like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure. But
Sure.
anyways, this is
Well,
how it is. Let's see. Right. I want to see Paris's prenup.
oh, I'm sure it's very tightly locked.
I'm sure it is. Probably his too, if he's got money. Guys, home to meet my Aries dad. Oh, Aries dad. Yes, I understand why. Yeah, my friend. Yeah, exactly. My sister is like, everyone is her friend. Like, this is my friend. And we're all like, come on, we can smell,
Uh-huh.
that he is someone you're dating right now. Yeah, friends with benefits who comes over for Sunday lunch with the family. Isn't that great? Never did
Oh,
that. I was a good kid. I
I
was a good
I wanted to say too, just because Denise, I didn't forget you. I did bring up the Lisa Marie Presley stuff, but I'm looking at the time and I think that should be its own topic. I don't know what you guys think.
Yes, it's good. I'm glad you brought it up
But
because
just
we
for timing purposes, I don't want to just give it 5 minutes and then there's so much
agree,
more.
agree, because I got a lot of DMs like Giorgio did. Everyone's asking for Lisa Marie reading. We will do that. First of all, I want to say, because it's so recent, I don't want to channel her because I want to give her that space, unless exactly what happened with Twitch, because I wasn't planning to connect with Twitch, but he popped in. So if she wants to pop in when we do it next Sunday, where we'll tap into her energy, her spirit, that's fine. But we can
Well,
ask questions around the inheritance and everything else.
and I'm also saying because just letting everyone know that I'll be on vacation the 10th through the 19th.
True, I
So
forgot about that.
it could be that we wait until I'm back and that next
Mhm.
live that'll more time will have passed and I'm sure will be more developments around the multitude of things going on with that estate and the family and allegations and such. So
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll either do it with Georgia or I can do it on my own next Sunday. We'll see. Let's see how that Chinese background is going to
oh
be
yeah,
over the show. That was
that I
our
came out of nowhere and has been on every topic.
I know. It's as if we don't have other topics to talk about except that the Chinese are spying. Okay, sorry, I brought that up again. Right. So there's something to research and unpack that. Agreed, Denise. Agree. Right. And last but not least, we need a Hilton Rothschild members only video.
Mm.
Yes. Okay. So oh, if anyone wants to book a private reading with me, you can book it through my website. Just a reminder, you can also book half-an-hour readings. That is up to 3 questions. This is not mediumship or psychic. This is pure tarot. Okay, so if you want that because you've got something on your mind, something is happening in your life right now, and you need some answers or you need some guidance, then you can take the half-an-hour reading. Just a reminder. Now, things are slowing down for me in the next week or so, and then I'm going to do a lot more members only videos because I have a list of topics of what we need to dive into, and one of them, it is the Hilton and Rothschilds connection about the stuff that we've talked about, and there's more stuff that I found out connected to Balenciaga. When I mean Balenciaga, I don't necessarily mean the fashion group, but I mean because I don't want to say it right now because I don't want to be demonetized or anything like that. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so and there's more stuff that I found out. So we will talk about all this stuff.
You're talking
And
about mild corn?
yes.
Okay.
And also a little reminder that I did post a video on last week. I did do an interview with Kimo Capano. He's also known as the Light Seer. He is fantastic. He's huge on TikTok too. He's blown up. He's amazing. He's got amazing energy. We do the similar, so we're very similar in how we work and our abilities. And you will love this interview, guys. Check it out. We have so much fun. The connection is incredible there. We're telepathic, like it's just like, you've got to watch the interview. You will learn a lot, and I think you will enjoy our energies as well. It's really interesting to watch two people who have very similar energies and abilities talking to each other. So I would recommend you watch that. Right. And also, before we go, give us a thumbs up for this video, because you know the algorithm can be bitchy sometimes, and thumbs up really helps for us to be out in the YouTube universe, and for more people to see our content too. Go and like and subscribe to Giorgio if you haven't already. And a big warm heart and love to everyone. And I really appreciate all the support that this community is giving me and Georgia and all our guests, all of my guests on the channel. The first thing they tell me is that what an amazing community you have. And for that, I'm super blessed, you guys. Without you, we wouldn't be here. And
1000%. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I don't want to repeat everything Natalie said, because I feel the same way. I will give a reminder. Anyone who is watching Real Friends of WeHo, I just had Joey Zozik on my podcast. We did a full interview. He gave me his full hour, which is unheard of for most people. They like to give 30 minutes, which I totally respect, but he hung out the entire time. So go check that out. If you want to see the video interview, it is on Spotify only, but you can listen to the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts.
Perfect. Very nice. So you guys, no Nat Geo next week, because Geo is on holiday celebrating his birthday, which is coming up. But I'll be here. I might bring another guest. We'll see. So, stay tuned and you'll find out. Happy Sunday, everyone. Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.